hate hearing type 4 hair can't do this, or type 4 hair can't do that, or like looser textures as far as like type 3 can't do this. I feel like that's just like a weird way of separating people within like the natural hair community. So today I'm going to be doing my mini twist, and I say mini twist, I don't know how small I'm going to do them because I don't know how fast or tired I'm going to get of doing my hair. So I plan on doing mini twists. I want to show you guys me using the hair butter that I created in my previous video, along with my moisturizing oil and my herbal infused hair growth oil. So I've been telling you guys that I wanted to share with you some of the things that I used to do back when I first became natural. So in today's video, I will be showing you guys me using all of these products that I made in my other video, and I'll link these videos down below. I have my hair butter, which is also a skin butter, and I'm about to apply it to my skin because I did wash my hair in the shower and my face has no moisture, but I wanted to wait just to show you guys how well it works on camera. And then this is my moisturizing oil that I like to combine with my hair butter. I do that with any product that I use. I always like to use oil to ensure that my hair is extremely moisturized. And then I have my herbal infused hair oil that I allow to sit for 2 weeks, and I let that infuse before going ahead and straining it and pouring it up. So before we hop into it, this is what my butter looks like. And my sister's actually currently doing her hair in the other bathroom, and her twists look amazing. So I made sure to get a shot of that so you guys can see what her hair looks like. She's also using the butter, and she's also using the butter and both oils. I use the dropper oil for my scalp. And the good thing about this product is that a little bit of this goes a long way. So I just put a little bit on my skin, and honestly this probably is too much, but it is safe for the skin because most of these butters also have skin benefits. But to go ahead and get started, I'm going to go ahead and use my handy dandy horsetail spray, which has definitely been aiding in hair growth. I didn't really get any shedding, honestly. And I haven't gotten it for the last 2 wash days. So I've also been going in finger detangling, so I feel like that makes a huge difference, because that's what I used to do back in the day when my hair was really long. I didn't use a lot of hair tools. Putting in my product, and I'm pretty much just gonna do this how I do in my other videos, where I kind of try to put the product in each section so I can kind of go through this a little bit faster. I love how my oil smells. And I'm just gonna work this into my hair, and you guys can see how I'm able to run my hands through my hair because of the moisture that is added into it. So I'm just gonna go in with some more product because I really want to make sure that my hair is covered in this product, because we want our hair to stay moisturized throughout the week. And then I'm going to split those in 2 since I want these twists to be fairly small. And all I'm going to do is just go in and 2-strand twist these down. And I wish you guys can feel how soft my hair is. I feel like in general my hair is a lot softer now because it's in a healthier state than when I first started growing my hair back with you all. So I feel like my hair is a lot more manageable, but that's just going to be based off of your routine and really finding products that work for your hair. And one of the things when I was formulating this product was, for me, that was a big thing, was finding something that could be used for different porosities. So you guys know I'm a low porosity type 4 natural, and one of my butters one of my butters is dedicated to low porosity hair, but my sister has high porosity hair, and the other butters that I put in this balance it out well because her hair still looks very nice and nourished. And so I also included butters that have protein content. So if your hair likes protein, there's enough, but there's not too much to where if your hair is affected by protein that it'll, you know, be a problem. I know for some people too much protein can also be an issue as well. I think for low porosity hair, like our hair doesn't like a lot of protein, but I haven't had any issues. So I think the balance, like I said, with formulating is trying to figure out what's the right amount so that it can be used for multiple different hair types, or rather all hair types. My oil blend that I use, I created that based off of oils that natural hair in general can benefit from. You always want to go for oils that are on the lightweight side. You want to kind of stay away from oils that are heavy, because the heavier your oil is, the less it's going to absorb. So it pretty much essentially, if you think about it, it makes sense. It just kind of sits on your head. It doesn't actually absorb versus the lightweight. The lightweight oil actually adds moisture and it can actually be absorbed into your hair, which is always what we want. We never want a product to just sit on our hair because it's not doing us any good. And so I formulated mine to be lightweight because that's the most important thing. You don't want to have a product, you don't want to have an oil that just sits on top of your hair and is greasy. This formula that I have is non-greasy, so you definitely have that oil feel and you can feel the moisture that's coming from the oil, but you don't have to worry about it being so greasy to the point where it pretty much just weighs your hair down and it just sits on top of your hair. I also like to use this butter for like a midweek pick-me-up for my hair. Like if I feel like my hair needs to be moisturized, then I'll either go in with my oil, or whenever I have like protective twist styles like this, I'll just go in and kind of rub some of my butter through my hands and just kind of really hit the ends, make sure the ends aren't drying out, and I'll put a little bit over the strands. But mostly I like to use my oil on my strands, but the butter can be used as a midweek moisturizer, whether you have twists or even if you have like a twist out or something like that you want to refresh in the middle of the week. It's also good for stuff like that. As far as my herbal infused growth oil, I use that maybe like 2 to 3 times a week, and I really like to use it on my fingertips. I like to add that and kind of massage it into my scalp area because that oil is a little bit, it's not heavy, but it is on the heavier side just because it's been infused. Those oils have been infused, so I don't like to add that along the strands of my hair. I really like to use it as a massage, kind of massaging it into my scalp to promote growth, to also strengthen my strands, and for length retention. As usual, I won't be doing the entire head on camera because it's just redundant, but I did want to show you guys what I was using for my hair today. My next wash day, I finally ran out of all of my deep conditioners that are here at the house. So I'll start showing you guys some of my deep conditioners that I used to make back then. And just really quick, simple, cheap deep conditioners that you can make at home. But I do really feel like with the horsetail spray that I make, I feel like that's really a game changer. If you haven't tried it, y'all, it's so simple to make. I made a YouTube Shorts video of how to make it. That's how quick you can literally make this. And I really feel like I see such a difference in my hair from when I'm using it compared to when I'm not using it. And like the fact that it strengthens my hair, and I feel like that's really how I'm also able to hold on and retain a lot of length, because that is protecting me from a lot of breakage. As I mentioned, horsetail has silica in it, which is a property that helps prevent breakage and strengthens the hair strand. So if you are natural and you're finding that your hair is shedding a lot, or that you feel like you're prone to breakage and you can't retain any length, I would highly recommend making you some horsetail spray. I will say if you're going to make it I make enough to fill my spray bottle up, but I also have a preservative, like an actual real preservative that I put in my spray bottle, because if I don't, this is water, so mold and stuff like that will grow in it. So I do want to say, if you're making any type of product and it has water in it, you want to make sure you're using some type of preservative so that you don't have any mold and microbes and bacteria growing in your products. That's going to be very important. I love how bouncy and kind of like coily almost my twists look as well. Like they look really tight, but they also have like a curl to them. And I like that. And I love how my hair feels, just the overall moisture that's in it. And you see me kind of going through with my hand as the detangler instead of a brush, because I really do feel like no matter how good the brush is, like I love my Tangle Teezer, I love my Unbrush Plus, but no matter how delicate I go in with that, I still will lose bits and pieces of hair from that. So I just like to go in and kind of rake it with my fingers whenever I don't have any charms or anything on my nails. And speaking of my nails, hopefully it'll focus. This is the nail cam for today. They kind of almost look tie-dye on camera, but they're like a marble design. So I just wanted to show that to y'all. So I'm gonna be going back in, and I use quite a bit of this because this keeps me from having to go back in and apply too much more. Love adding oils to my butter. It just feels so good. And you'll notice, like, I'm not going in with, which I don't do this with any other product either, but I'm not going in with any leave-in. It's just my butter and my oil. And even when I was doing this with my other hair products, like ones that I didn't make, I never have any issue with my hair. Like my hair isn't not moisturized, basically is what I'm trying to say. So I've just learned like what I need, what I don't need, what's a waste. I don't know, sometimes I like to just go in and add a little bit more oil to my hair, just to really make sure I'm locking that butter in. And I apologize, y'all, I'm looking at myself in my mirror, because if I look this way, I'm looking at the screen, I can see myself, but as you can see, it looks like I'm talking this way. So I do apologize for that, but I have to be able to see myself as well. And if there's any particular natural hair topic that you guys want me to discuss, I'll link, if this is your first time on my channel, and if you haven't, or if in general you haven't seen my video of my natural hair journey, I'll probably link that one down below too, because that was a really popular video at one point on my channel, where I pretty much showed you guys from beginning, like the very first day of, or rather like from transitioning all the way up into my big chop and kind of growing my hair out. There's a lot of good information in that video. But if you guys want me to do some videos as far as like tips and stuff of how to grow your natural hair out, I'll be more than happy to do that as well. The biggest thing that I want you guys to understand as far as your natural hair is, I know it's easier said than, like, because I've grown my hair out now, it's easier to say that you don't need to be worried about length, you need to be worried about health. But without healthy hair, the length doesn't really mean anything. And at some point, if your hair is not healthy, it's going to start breaking off anyways. So I always like to preach to people, try to make sure you're developing a healthy hair routine. And if your routine, like if your hair is healthy, then your hair is going to grow. you gotta really take time to learn your hair. That's the most important thing, and you need to make sure that you are taking care of your hair. And I can honestly say that I don't do a whole lot. Like, of course, you may see my hair mask and think, oh, that's a lot. But I wash my hair every 2 weeks. I don't wash my hair every week. I used to wash my hair every week, and if I had the time to do it, I absolutely would. But just based off of my schedule, I can't do that anymore. But what I'm trying to get at is that you don't have to wash your hair every week. You definitely want to make sure you are washing your hair though, because the whole myth about dirty hair growing and all of that, you need to wash your hair. And I've also said in other videos that whenever I do like my shampoo and stuff, I shampoo my entire hair shaft, my entire strand of hair. I don't believe in just focusing on the scalp area, because I feel like you need, even if you just let the shampoo kind of run down the strands of your hair without like directly putting it on there, like take whatever is left from the lather and wipe it down the hair, that's fine as well. But I just feel like you need to be, whenever you're cleansing your hair, you need to cleanse it in its entirety. That's just my personal opinion though. And I am looking at how nice and juicy my twists look. Another thing I feel like my hair benefits from now too, I would used to like style my hair. I don't even know why. Like, my hair grew, but I don't think I would go back to doing that, because I feel like I'm able to get through my hair a lot easier. Like when my hair is damp. Now, I never style my hair on completely dry hair, but like my hair would, just say for instance, like right now I'm twisting my hair, and by the time I get to the top, it's going to be a little bit dry because it's had to sit up there for a while. I would just go in with products without wetting my hair down, or at least spritzing my hair back down with water or whatever I was using at the time. And y'all, my hair, I feel like my products and stuff just absorb a lot better. They work a lot better when my hair is wet, and everything kind of gets to dry down. And I definitely feel like it's a lot easier for me to go through my hair now with product, and I don't have to use as much, because like you guys can see, I've put product in this entire section and I haven't had to go back in with any more product. So it's just little stuff like that, like you'll just kind of start to learn on your journey of you doing your hair. Like I told you guys earlier, I don't use leave-ins of any sort anymore. I just don't. I felt like it was too hard. It was too, like, I finally found a leave-in that would kind of be able to mix well with all my products, but that was always my biggest issue, was that I could never, it was always hard finding leave-ins that wouldn't cause white balls and stuff, like whenever I'm trying to do wash and goes. It wasn't worth the hassle, I'll put it that way. Like, my hair has not benefited more by having leave-in conditioner in, because I use products now that I know can pretty much act as a styler and somewhat as a leave-in. Basically like a styler and a moisturizer, I guess I should say, where I don't have to worry about moisture anymore, because the product itself is moisturizing. And of course, I always like to go in with oil, so that pretty much seals the moisture in. There's just stuff you're gonna learn on your journey that is not necessary. That's what I'll say. And look at how long my twist has gotten, y'all. I'm telling you, my hair is growing. My twists look amazing. Oh, y'all, love this butter. So I have done enough right now on camera. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do majority of my hair off camera. I'll come back once I get towards the front, because I don't want this video to be extremely long, but I did want to get a chance to show you guys me using my hair products and kind of how they work. So and it's pretty much just gonna be redundant, because I'll just be standing here talking to you guys about different stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing that, and then I will be back. For the most part, I have not gone in and used any kind of hair tool, so no brush, no comb or anything like that. Now I'll use like the comb to part if I need to, but as far as like using it to detangle my hair, I haven't used it because I haven't had to use it. And I haven't done hot oil treatments in a while either, so I was just thinking with that oil blend, I'm definitely going to be in the future trying it out as a hot oil treatment, because I'll probably just like sit it in some hot water and just let the oils warm up inside the bottle and just go from there. I used to like doing hot oil treatments too, and maybe that's something I can talk about while I go through the rest of my hair, so that way you guys can, so I can pretty much just kind of tell you some of the stuff that I used to do whenever I was growing my hair out years ago, when I first became natural. So of course, I told you guys, you definitely want to make sure that you're learning, pretty much just finding out what products work for your hair, what doesn't work for your hair. I did a lot of like homemade deep conditioners. I didn't do, and like I said, I did my butters, but I kind of recently started playing around with like different oil blends, because I just kind of, when I first went natural, I remember not really liking or feeling like oil did anything just like spectacular for my hair, and I was using them as like pre-poos, and I just didn't, like, I would use them, but I didn't feel like they were really doing anything. And I didn't really start liking oils until maybe like a year to a year and a half ago, when I finally realized that you can't just like throw oil on your hair and think that that's going to do anything. Oil is supposed to be more of like a sealant. And so once I kind of learned that and figured that out, I started back introducing oils back into my hair, and I feel like my hair has definitely benefited from that. So I just like to find different ones in the store, or either, like I said, kind of create my own blend. And once I found the different oils that my hair likes, that was kind of when I started to really use them. So I feel like I don't like one particular oil on my hair. I prefer it to be blended with a lot of other carrier oils, and I feel like that is what works best for me. When I first went natural, there were a lot of people that were natural, but there were not a lot of type 4 naturals, like true type 4 naturals on YouTube at the time. And so it took me, I can never remember her name, but she was so popular, and she was one that actually inspired my natural hair journey video that I did. But she was like the only type 4 at the time that I really was able to learn from, and every product she used, I would try it out and it would work. And so that's kind of how I started to learn that my hair liked more buttery and thicker type consistency products, opposed to the kind of looser ones that just kind of left my hair feeling dry and it just looked lackluster. I learned a lot from her, but now there's like a plethora of people all over the internet. So that is one of the things that I love now for any new naturals. There's so much information out there that you won't have as hard of a time. And one thing that I will strongly I hate to say this because it's almost kind of not fair. I was going to say that I would strongly recommend not becoming a product junkie, but I almost kind of feel like that's impossible when you first go natural, because you don't really know what products to use and you don't know what your hair actually likes. So you have to try products in order to find out what your hair actually likes. But I still would say to keep that at a minimum. Like, don't feel like you have to run out and buy every single new product that comes out. It's just not, I don't think it's worth it. And like I was saying, once I found products that actually worked for my hair, I pretty much liked to stick to it. I think the main important thing is to be consistent too. Like, there's going to be times where you're just going to be frustrated with your hair and you're just going to have to try to work through that. I have had many times, especially in the beginning stages, when I was just really frustrated with my hair because I didn't know what to do with it. It is a process, so give yourself some grace. Don't feel like you're going to always get it right. There's going to be times where you feel like you finally found the right products, or you found like the right routine that works for you, and then a month or so from later, maybe even a week or two later, you may feel like you're back down at square one. It's really just all a part of the process. Another thing, don't feel like your wash days, like don't fall into the whole trap of my wash day has to be 6 and 7 hours. Let me tell y'all, if I didn't record videos for y'all, my wash day would not be this long. I mean, outside of styling, like sometimes depending on what style I do, it may take a little bit longer. But as far as me actually washing my hair, the longest process of my wash day now is deep conditioning, because I usually will let that sit on anywhere between 25 to 30 minutes. But even like today when I was saying, my sister told me there's really no reason to leave your pre-poo on for 15 to 30 minutes, because if you have it on and it has detangled your hair in the process of you putting it on, that's really all you were using it for anyways. And I never really thought of it like that, but that made a lot of sense, because I was wasting time leaving that on unnecessarily when I didn't really need it anymore, because my hair was already detangled. So that's why I say now my deep conditioning stage is the longest, because like I said, I leave it on for about 30 minutes. But there's no reason for your wash day may take a long time when you're first starting out, because again, you're getting used to your hair, you're getting used to styling if you're not used to styling your natural hair. But other than that, just for the sake of it being long, there's really no reason that it should take that long. I think another big part of being natural also is just embracing whatever texture you have. I know, like, I feel like this happens to everybody, where when you first go natural or you first start to transition, you kind of have in your mind what you think your curl pattern is going to be. And I feel like that's hugely just based off of kind of what you want it to be, and like the curls that you like based off of other natural hair that you've seen. But I would highly suggest not doing that. And I mean, if you have old pictures of like your hair when you were younger, before you relaxed it or something like that, you may want to go back and look at that just to kind of get a refresher on what your hair looks like, because I feel like that's the biggest letdown. I feel like a lot of people kind of go through that, where they thought that their hair was going to be like a certain texture, and then it was kinkier than they thought it was going to be, or it was looser than they thought it was going to be. And it's almost kind of like that saying of everybody wants what they can't have. I can't tell you how many naturals I've seen that or even like naturals that have told me that when they went natural, they wanted their hair to be kinky like mine's, and vice versa. So it's just kind of one of those things where you have to just love and appreciate your hair for your hair, and don't get caught into like beauty standards, because personally I think that all natural hair is beautiful. I think it all can be styled. I hate hearing type 4 hair can't do this, or type 4 hair can't do that, or like looser textures as far as like type 3 can't do this. I feel like that's just like a weird way of separating people within like the natural hair community. And thankfully, I mean, like, I feel like it's really people that's outside of it, but there are people that are within the community as well that really kind of harp on those kind of differences. And I feel like it's just strange. I guess I just don't understand it, because to me, when I say natural hair is natural hair, I know that there are differences, but I just appreciate all of the different textures for what they are. Like, I don't compare one to the other, and I definitely don't prefer one over the other. So that's just something else to not get, you know, caught up in. But if you guys have any questions, like I said, leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Or if you have any thoughts that you want to share down below, you can leave those there as well. I finished twisting this up. I'm just gonna go in with my herbal oil that I made, and I'm just gonna use that to oil my scalp. And if you all want to see, I also posted a video of different ways that I style my twists. So if you are a beginner natural and you're trying to figure out some stuff to do with your hair, you can try twisting your hair up just like I've done in this video, and then check out that video of me showing you all of the different styles that I do with my twist. And there's more that you can do outside of just the ones that I showed, but those are just some of my favorites that I like to wear, especially if you're wanting to keep your natural hair out and not wanting to add any like not wanting to have to wear wigs, wear sew-ins, braids, or anything like that, but you still want to be able to protect the style with your natural hair out. I'd highly suggest twists, because twists are so versatile and you can still do so much with them. And you guys can see I still have a good amount of them, so I guess you can still kind of consider these mini twists, but they're not like as small as I was anticipating doing. Right, so as I mentioned, just gonna go in and oil my scalp, and just gonna kind of gently rub that in, because we don't want to disturb the twist too much. I'm just kind of taking some and putting it on my tips so that way I can go through it a little bit faster. But I love the smell of my rosemary oil. Like I said, I like the fact that this one is a bit thicker. You can just take the excess and kind of squeeze it onto the twist, just for added moisture, as well as to be there for strengthening my strands. Alright, so that is going to be it for today's video. I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so that you know every time I post new content. Also, if these products are something that you guys would be interested in, please do let me know down in the description box below. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.